Life's answers lie in its simplicity. Let's unfold. Hey guys, you are listening to the Be Your Own Anchor podcast. I am your host Garima. For those of you joining us today for the first time, I am a chartered accountant and a corporate banker with 8 years of professional experience. This podcast is all about self-awareness and acceptance being key to achieving transformations in life, big and small. We will try to keep every episode much under 10 minutes so all of you can breathe, not demanding too much commitment here. Let's get started. This is episode number 2 and today we are talking about self-awareness. Recognition of your responsibility in creating your reality as Caroline Nideritu defines it. When I think of the year 2020, spread of COVID-19, 22,123 deaths, nationwide lockdown, stock market circuits, Visakhapatnam gas leak, Cyclone Amphan, Cyclone Nisagra, Indo-China conflict, work from home, work at home comes to my head. And the list doesn't end here. World over there is much more. But if I was to shift my perspective for a second and look at the positives, I feel 2020 has been a year of transformation, as many would agree. Research says that living out the same daily routines means that our brain is running along the same neural pathways it's learned to work over time. Therefore, it becomes important to break our routine, often to self-reflect, make tweaks and do things that are not working for us differently. And I believe that is exactly what lockdown forced us into. Well, the point I'm trying to make is I know each one of us have gone through a different kind of journey under this lockdown and have come to face some of our inner complexities. Like for instance, I discovered that I can cook for other people, I am decent at it and I also enjoy it. Reflecting back, but I realized that as a girl I was encouraged and pushed towards kitchen work. And because I disagreed with the gender-defined roles and unequal treatment, as a child I developed an unhealthy response to the whole issue. Complete resistance became my way to challenge it. So my question for us today is, what is self-awareness or inner awareness as many would call it? How can one develop it and how it can help us in choosing healthy and wiser decisions in life? Join us in our next segment as we welcome Ms. Kalpana Khoth, Executive and Transformation Coach and NLP Practitioner to take this discussion forward. Thank you and keep listening.
Hey Kalpana, welcome and thank you for joining us and agreeing to the idea of the podcast itself.
Thanks, Garima, for having me on the Be Your Own Anchor podcast series. Hi, friends. As Garima mentioned, this year is certainly the year of transformations as we are forced to adopt changes in our environment and learn to live the new normal in spite of inner resistance.
So true. So you already heard about my little struggle with something as simple as cooking. So today I would like you to help us understand self-awareness. Basically, because many a times we are so complicated in our own feelings that we either stay in a state of inaction or make wrong decisions.
So you're right. Daily we are bombarded with millions of stimuli. We cope by creating mental models, like assumptions, generalizations and beliefs about the world. Instead of meeting each experience afresh, we react to life according to our unconscious beliefs and habitual thought patterns. These unconscious patterns impact our ability to be our best in the world and can keep us stuck.
Right.
Like how you struggle with cooking.
Correct. But then how can anybody uncomplicate these feelings and choose better?
Okay, now let's take an example of a person called Alex. Okay. So Alex here needs to cross a river every day to reach to the other side, maybe for work or for any of his routine chores.
Okay.
Now today is a day when the river is gushing with water and quite raging. Now scenario 1. Alex is in a rush. He's only thinking about reaching on the other side. So based on his mental pattern, he jumps into the river. What happens is, he is lost, maybe even drowned, or he either does not reach on time, he is completely disheveled when he reaches his destination, or worst scenario, unable to reach at all.
Right.
Now let's take another scenario. Okay, Alex is in a rush. He's about to jump into the river. Suddenly he notices that the river is rough today. He takes a pause, thinks about the consequences that will follow. So he looks around. He sees a boat. He takes the boat and manages somehow to reach his destination with a little bit of difficulty, but at least he doesn't get lost or drowned.
Okay, so just to help me understand, so what you're trying to say is river is kind of representing his emotions, whether anxiety or the rush to reach to the destination, like, on time. And so when he takes back from that emotion, he's able to kind of look at a better resource, which is the boat, to kind of do the same thing and reach his destination on time. Is it what we are trying to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So just being aware and holding to an anchor, in this case just being more calm, he can pass the storm. So self-awareness firstly is simply noticing people, events, situations around, and then your response and the consequences which will follow it. And then looking for resources, options, choices which will help you take better decisions.
But the point is, while we understand this in theory and we've read the same thing in multiple self-help books, how can we implement in our day-to-day lives? Because most situations are very instant and one may not have the luxury to deep dive into inner self and then pick a reaction, if I may say. So is there a way to build some system around all of this?
So the power lies in the present moment. It's all about awareness and mindfulness. So mindfulness helps us to be more aware of what's happening in our mind, body and the surroundings. It helps you to cultivate conscious attention, non-judgmental acceptance of the moment, and your ability to be more intentional in your responses, like Alex did in scenario 2. So it helps you to uncover your limitations, explore and adopt alternatives, gives you more options and choices, which helps you to take better decisions. In Alex's case, it allowed him to ground and be calm, so he arrived more present, curious and creative to handle the given situation.
Right. Can you help us with some mindfulness tools which our listeners, we and me personally, can implement in our daily lives?
Yes, these tools are pretty simple because the whole premise of our whole podcast is life is simple and things, you can deal with it pretty simply. One of them which I used with my kids is, before dinner, we light a candle and spend around 20 seconds to look at the candle wick. This instantly puts us in a state of awareness and centers all of us. So, the next simple tool is progressive muscle relaxation exercise, where you just squeeze the muscles of your body, starting from your toes to the head. Like right now, you can just squeeze your fingers and release. This helps you relax and puts you in a state of relaxed alertness.
Okay. So that we can just try. Maybe all of us can try and come back as to if it worked or not. So we know now how simple and effective mindfulness can be in enhancing our awareness and overall health and performance. We will share more of such tools in subsequent episodes. So join us every week as we pick and explore different life situations like toxicity in relationships or parenting, and engage in a healthy discussion about it. Also, if you're listening and would like to share your struggles, please do connect. We will be happy to take it up in one of our subsequent episodes. You can also write to us or connect with us on Kalpana Kho's Facebook page. Thank you for joining us today. Keep listening and stay vibrant.